Trump has dealt a significant blow to Joe Biden's vision for widespread electric vehicle (EV) adoption. Promising to halt the forced push for EVs on the common man, Trump perceives EVs as a major scam. Biden's recent emissions policy, designed to dismantle gas car manufacturers, has fueled this opposition. Despite Biden's push for EVs, their prices remain high, causing a public backlash and a substantial decline in the EV market. In a recent statement, Trump positioned himself as the savior of the American auto industry, pledging to put an end to the perceived EV madness if elected. He firmly believes that EVs are detrimental to the middle class and advocates for a return to the glory days of gas cars. Trump is resolute about slamming the brakes on EV production, going beyond a gentle nudge to a full-scale halt. Trump's fiery opposition to EVs stems from his conviction that they are excessively expensive. He argues that the rush to abandon traditional internal combustion engines (ICEs) is premature. In his vocal criticism, Trump has even labeled EV makers as either foolish or misguided. If you're considering buying an EV, Trump's latest stance could reshape your perspective. Watch this video closely as Trump positions himself as the hero poised to rescue the American auto industry from Biden's policies and put a stop to the EV frenzy. The future of EVs hangs in the balance, and gas car lovers see Trump's latest statement as a ray of hope. And he was left shocked. This raises questions about the sustainability of the EV market and its impact on consumers. Trump doesn't mince words when he calls out car manufacturers for being gutless in selling cars at exorbitant prices, pointing to their heavy reliance on China. He contends that beyond mere rhetoric, these concerns strike at the heart of a broader issue. Trump firmly believes that the surge in EV adoption poses a serious threat to a significant portion of the U.S. auto industry jobs. According to him, more than half of these jobs could vanish, particularly in states like Michigan, where the automotive sector is integral to the state's economy. In a strategic move, Trump chose Michigan, a key hub of America's car industry, to express his reservations about Biden's pro-EV stance. He argues that the push for EVs might inadvertently harm the country, playing into China's hands. Trump is particularly irked by China's substantial involvement in the production of minerals essential for EV batteries. He paints a scenario where America loses its competitive edge in the automotive world, with China emerging as the leader. Delving deeper into the situation, EV production is indeed on the rise in Michigan, with major players like GM and Ford investing billions. However, Trump highlights a critical aspect. EV manufacturing is less labor-intensive compared to traditional gas cars. While it leads to efficiency with fewer parts and simpler assembly, it also translates to fewer jobs and lower wages. This efficiency, Trump argues, comes at a significant cost. To illustrate, he shares cases like Scott McFarland's, whose seemingly minor dent repair on his Rivian came with an astonishingly high price tag. In essence, Trump's opposition to the EV push extends beyond mere skepticism about their cost and efficiency. It encompasses broader concerns about the potential loss of American jobs, the economic impact on key states, and the geopolitical implications of ceding ground to China in the automotive industry. As the EV market unfolds, Trump's perspective resonates with those who fear the unintended consequences of rapid EV adoption. Implementing these changes at such a rapid pace. The incident involving Scott McFarland, who faced a staggering $22,000 repair cost for a seemingly minor dent that took over 2 months to resolve, sheds light on a significant challenge with EVs. Trump underscores a pervasive issue. Many repair shops are ill-equipped to handle the advanced technology in EVs, leading to exorbitant repair costs and soaring insurance premiums. On average, EV owners in the U.S. face an annual repair cost of $658, a substantial amount that adds up over time. Trump's narrative gains momentum with stories like a Californian EV owner experiencing a sudden 30% drop in range within just 5 minutes due to cold weather. Such incidents raise concerns about the reliability of EVs, particularly in emergency situations. The challenges extend to the perception of EVs, as a study by S&P Global reveals that over half of current EV owners are contemplating a return to traditional petrol or diesel vehicles for their next purchase. Shifting the focus to Biden, who has been a staunch advocate for EVs, there's a notable reversal in the stance of major automakers. Companies like Honda, GM, and BMW are urging Biden to ease up on the aggressive EV regulations. The sudden change of heart among automakers is attributed to the realization that the hype surrounding EVs doesn't align with reality. Sales have not met expectations, and the financial strain is palpable across the industry. Even giants like Ford are grappling with a $4 billion loss, and GM nearly faced a $700 million setback. Biden's administration initially set ambitious targets for a substantial shift to EVs, but the automotive industry is pushing back, claiming that the new EPA tailpipe emission standards are unrealistic. Automakers express panic over the financial implications and the feasibility of implementing such significant changes in a short time frame. As the clash between regulatory goals and industry practicalities intensifies, the future of the EV market hangs in the balance. 2019, the proposed tailpipe emissions limit put forth by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, is nothing short of revolutionary. In a bold move, the EPA envisions a future where, by 2032, an astounding 67% of all new vehicles sold in the United States could be fully electric. This ambitious target marks a paradigm shift, aiming to significantly reduce climate-changing emissions from the transportation sector, the largest contributor to U.S. greenhouse gases. Biden, signaling a commitment to accelerate America's clean energy transition, is not holding back. The EPA's proposal represents the most aggressive climate regulation ever witnessed in the United States. The overarching objective is to propel the nation towards a future where a substantial majority of new cars run on batteries rather than gasoline. As of now, despite an increase in sales, EVs only accounted for approximately 5.8% of all new vehicles sold in the previous year, lagging behind China and Europe. However, with the introduction of these groundbreaking emissions limits, the landscape of the automotive industry is poised for a transformative shift. Importantly, these limits don't mandate a specific number of EV sales. Instead, they establish pollution standards for both cars and trucks. In essence, the EPA is telling automakers that if they want to continue selling vehicles, they must make them cleaner. The projected impact of these standards is staggering. The EPA estimates that implementing these limits could prevent nearly 10 billion tons of carbon emissions through 2055. To put this in perspective, that's more than double the total U.S. carbon emissions in 2019. This move positions the U.S. as a frontrunner in the global effort to combat climate change, setting an unprecedented precedent for aggressive emissions reduction in the automotive sector. In 2022, John Bella, CEO of the Alliance for Automotive Innovation, is describing the proposed regulations as aggressively pushing the boundaries. He emphasizes the need to establish widespread charging infrastructure, make EVs more affordable, and address supply chain challenges for critical minerals. The average cost of a new electric vehicle exceeds $58,000, posing a significant barrier despite the tax credits provided by the Inflation Reduction Act. The future of EVs appears uncertain. Achieving the ambitious 67% EV market target by 2032 is questioned by experts, and automakers are reassessing their strategies, potentially delaying the launch of more EV models. The market's enthusiasm for EVs is diminishing, and Trump's approach offers a bold alternative. He advocates for a focus on hybrids and gas cars while actively working to bring down the costs of EVs. Trump acknowledges the inadequacy of the current charging infrastructure and expresses his concerns openly. Adding complexity to the situation are lithium-ion batteries, the primary power source for most EVs. The global nature of their production involves materials from various locations assembled in China and then shipped to the U.S. With potential tariffs in the mix, the prices of EVs could soar. However, Elon Musk, the influential figurehead of Tesla and a former Trump supporter, has taken a surprising turn. He now backs Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and has advised Trump to step back from the political arena. This shift is not merely a political disagreement but a clash of titans, Trump versus Musk, in the ongoing saga of the evolving landscape of the electric vehicle industry. With the future of EVs hanging in the balance and the EV market in turmoil, even once pioneering companies like Ford are reportedly losing a staggering $36,000 on each EV sold. GM is also facing challenges, projecting losses of over $1 billion. This struggle extends beyond individual companies. Major players like Toyota and Tesla are feeling the pressure. High prices and underdeveloped charging infrastructure and consumer skepticism are collectively casting a shadow over the once promising EV dream. In this classic showdown, Trump and his camp argue that EVs are a bad deal for America, expressing concerns about job losses, economic impact, and ceding ground to China. On the opposing side, the Biden administration and EV supporters see electric cars as the future, cleaner, more efficient, and filled with promise. The debate encompasses politics, economics, technology, and a myriad of opinions. As the 2024 presidential race heats up, this debate is set to intensify. The question remains, are EVs good for the middle class, and should the U.S. be relying so heavily on China in the pursuit of electric vehicles? Feel free to drop a comment below and join the conversation. Additionally, check out the recently uploaded video for groundbreaking news that could have a significant impact on the entire EV industry, a revelation that might truly shock you.